This powerful speech by the new elect president John Dramani Mahama and the former president of Ghana, Akufo, sent a shockwave to Africa. This speech is what I want you guys to listen to and see what they have to say, because this speech is such a powerful one that the whole world is talking about it. Let's watch this video together, guys.
Leader. It's not about how long you serve. It is about how well you serve. It's not about 8 years or 4 years. It is about hard work. It is about truth. It is about trust. And it is about doing the things that will create a future for our young people. They are just sitting at home idle. And most of them are still living in their parents' houses because they don't have an income to be able to start a life of their own. The statistics tell us that unemployment has risen from just above 8% in 2016 to 14.7%. And yet, they say things have never been this better. And they have the audacity to compare themselves to our first president, Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Help me and stabilize the currency.
On behalf of the President of the Republic and
gentlemen, I welcome all of you to this inaugural meeting, which marks a significant step in our democratic process, the smooth transfer of power from one administration to another. This meeting and the processes we're about to undertake are firmly grounded in the Presidential Act of 2012, Act 845, which provides the legal framework for an orderly and transparent transition. The just ended presidential and parliamentary elections have once again reaffirmed the will of the Ghanaian people. On behalf of the government and people of Ghana, I extend warm congratulations to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama on his decisive election as the next president of the Republic. I also warmly congratulate Professor Nana Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman, who has made history by becoming Ghana's first female vice president-elect. A pioneering achievement that underscores the strides our nation is making toward gender equality and inclusivity in governance. I'd like to assure both of them of the full support of my government and myself for an effective transition, and wish them luck and God's blessings in the discharge of their high responsibilities. Ladies and gentlemen, the peaceful transition of power is the hallmark of mature democracies. Fortunately for us in Ghana, the foresight of the Fifth Parliament of the Fourth Republic has, with the adoption of the Presidential Transition Act 2012, Act 845, established for us a robust framework for managing transitions, safeguarding the gains of our democratic journey. Today, we reaffirm our collective resolve to adhere to the letter and spirit of this act and ensure that this transition proceeds seamlessly, transparently, and with dignity. The composition of this transition team is thus in full conformity and accord with the Presidential Transition Act, with the composition of the President's team comprising the Chief of Staff at the Office of the President, the Honorable Akufo Perry, who will serve as the alternate co-chair of the committee in my absence, the Attorney General Godfrey Addo, the Minister for Presidential Affairs, Honorable Osei Mensah Bonsu, the Minister for Finance, the Honorable Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam, the Minister for the Interior Party Choice on Saturday, the 7th of December. I want particularly to congratulate our historic lady, the first female vice president in our history, to say, madam, well done, and all of us are wishing you the very best of luck. You've become a trailblazer for lots of women, and it's an important step that has been taken. Mr. President, as you know, the statute that governs the transitional process requires us within 24 hours to establish a joint transition team, which will then supervise the whole process of the transfer of authority of power from my administration to yours. I've received the list of people that you are going to form the transition team from your side. On my side, I am bound by statute. The statute identifies those who should represent the government side, and they have all been duly notified. They'll be ready for the formal joint inauguration of the transition team this afternoon, which will take place at the conference center. I believe we're back to where we began in 2017. It was the same venue, yes, whereby we were in reverse positions. Yes. Yeah, but so that will take place this afternoon. But in the meantime, I thought it was important that we should have this few minutes together, meet the members of your team, and also take the opportunity to reassure the Ghanaian people of our determination to work together to ensure the seamless transfer of power and to continue to work together to deepen and consolidate democratic governance in our country. It's important for the future of Ghana, and it is important for the future of our continent that the world should see a successful, functioning African democracy. And Ghana has the privilege of being in the category of successful democracies on our continent.
I want to express my sincerest appreciation to you for that phone call you gave me, congratulating me. I think it was a good mark of statesmanship. And it gives me a sense of deja vu, like you said, to be back here again after so many years. And so we want to thank you for the courtesy and privilege giving us such short notice to pay this courtesy visit, and to say that democracy and Ghana is the winner after the electoral process. We think that on the day, despite all the anxieties people had, Ghana has successfully done it once again. And so we can be sure that our democracy is safe, and that working together across bipartisan lines, we can continue to deepen and consolidate that democracy. As you said, we're grateful that you nominated today to go through the beginnings of the transitional process. And we nominated our members. They were selected mostly based on institutional memory and experience. These are people, most of who worked with me in the former administration. And so we wanted some people with experience to combine with yours so that we're able to have a seamless transition. And so I want to thank you once again, and to thank the Ghanaian people for rising up to the occasion. And we look forward to continuing to work together.
Back on track. Well, before I begin to talk about that, I was just going to chip in, what I think Nana and Co will do if
I'd like you to tell me what you want.
If they want.
That's an important matter.
If they want. If I know shortly after that happens, they'll come out and say, gentlemen, unfortunately, we didn't know the true state of the economy is worse than we think.
That's what you're telling us.
No,
we don't know.
No, that's what they're going to say.
We don't know the true
and so
facts.
all the promises we made you, unfortunately, we can't deliver immediately. Just keep your belts tight, and in the medium to long term, we shall deliver on those promises. That's what they're going to do. But yeah, a lot of programs are in place already, and are beginning to yield results. We put in the Gateway program. We have the Free Zones program. It's attracting investment into the free zones. Recently we cut the sod to set up a new cocoa processing plant that will process 60,000 tons of cocoa and increase the amount of cocoa that we're processing from about 20% to close to 35%. These are all programs that are in place. We intend to tackle agriculture in a new way that is speeding up irrigation projects all over the country. Right now we have irrigation dams that we're setting up in most of the agricultural areas of this country. We have a program to set up 30 more irrigation dams. That is to continue to move the percentage of agriculture that is under controlled conditions like irrigation to a larger percentage rather than the present rain-fed conditions. There are programs in all sectors of the economy that are beginning to yield fruits. We think that one of the problems has been unemployment, because there's a steady drift of people from the rural areas into the urban centers, and people are looking more for jobs in the formal economy than previously when they were employed in the informal economy. We intend to increase the rate of economic growth. We've averaged 5% over the last several years, and the intention is to accelerate that growth to 8%, with the intention that as the economy expands, it will create jobs. Often the temptation, and what several of the opposition parties try to do, is to give out a program that seeks to say that they would create jobs artificially. I think that is more natural to grow the economy, and as the economy grows, it would create jobs and get people working. We have a lot of programs. It's something that we're carrying out and are going to accelerate in the next 4-year mandate.
You know, it's interesting. As I listened to him, I mean, there was a bit of what he said. I thought, you don't disagree with that, do you? What are the things that you think are weaknesses in that approach?
First of all, I mean, it's refreshing to hear the communicators of the regime now telling us that they're aware that the path that they have been on before wasn't satisfactory, and that is now necessary to move.
That.
Well, that's exactly what I said.
We've put those programs in place.
That's what I understand. Mr. President, thank you. Next.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. President. As I said when I spoke after the declaration of results, I mentioned that His Excellency the President had given me a call to congratulate me, and so I had the opportunity to thank him this morning for being that gracious to give me that call. We had a very cordial meeting. At the time he called, he suggested 11 a.m. this morning to have the preliminary meeting towards setting up the transitional team, and that meeting has just ended. It was very cordial, and I think we were very happy to be together. Mr. President has given me a brief on the security situation, both internal and external, and also a short brief on issues to do with the economy. Of course, the transitional teams will drill down further into these matters, but I am happy at the assurance he's giving us that we're going to work together in the interest of Ghana to ensure a seamless transition. And I believe that even after that transition, it will be necessary for us to continue to keep a channel of communication so that Ghana's democratic credentials are consolidated, and we all work together in the national interest. And so I want to thank him for his time, and to assure him that on our side we are very happy to work together, and we'll look forward to the successful work of the joint transitional team. I thank you all very much.
Thank you very much. There will be no questions.
When I watched this video, all I see there was a cordial relationship and two people that wants to make the country work. The way the new elect president John Dramani Mahama and the former president of Ghana came together to make sure that Ghana works, and the way he handed power over to John Dramani Mahama is something that is worthy of emulation. This is how Africa is supposed to be. It is not a do or die affair that when you want to hand over, it will be a tug of war. No. But here in Ghana, Ghana has set example to the whole world that this is how it is meant to be after election. And I'm super excited. Even if you should go back to the video I shared, the cordial relationship and the mutual respect they have for each other is still there. That is one thing I love about them. You could see how John Dramani Mahama was so respectful when he was having a conversation with the former president of Ghana, Akufo. That is how it's supposed to be, guys. So, see, when it comes to politics in Ghana, they know how to play it and they are not playing it so dirty. Guys, this is something every African country should watch and emulate their system of government. If you watch this video until this point, please don't forget to like, comment and share. And to all my returning subscribers and to all those that just seen this video, this channel for the very first time, Aqua, please don't forget to like, comment and share.